Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Alright, I got 10 agate nodules I'm going to cut today from the Gila Bend mountain range area down just outside of Phoenix, Arizona. So let's walk through these real quick, see what we're going to cut. Alright, this one doesn't have any windows or anything. It is peeling a little, so that's a sign that it's at least banded that deep. Don't see any quartz showing anywhere. Promising. Alright, this one's got some windows, showing some good banding and color on two sides, and unfortunately across the back here. So I'm gonna have to pick a window that minimizes the amount of windows that I actually cut through. So I'm thinking parallel between that and that, up this way, and come out through this window somewhere, unfortunately. It'd be great if I could get it to come out right here. Hard to pinpoint that without a vise though. Alright, well, that's what I'm going to try to do. Okay, next up. Alright, got another one of those agates with the cliche on it. Looks like it's going to be the white and clear. Don't know if it's going to be a banded or a tube or a combination. See some banding right there. But I'm gonna have to try to cut this one and hope I don't hit any big windows. Fortunately, there's little windows all over this. Can't tell if they're chips or actual windows. So I don't know, probably gonna try to go down the spine here, cut it in half. All right, another long skinny one. It's got a broken window here, but it's kind of a C shape. So we'll try to cut it back behind that opening. So through here somewhere. Hope I get a full pattern, no fractures. Alright, where did I leave off? I think this one. Okay, so I've got a window here showing some banding, and here. So I'm going to try to cut through the middle. Yeah, I can do that without hitting any windows, cutting through this. And down that way. Alright, another little one. So this one's got a little window showing some chalcedony at least. It might be banded. So I'm going to cut through the thick part back behind that. Alright, I got a nice looking, very thick with a broken window. The window is showing banded agate around quartz. Looks mostly quartz, but it looks like there might be a floater, a banded floater down here, coming up into the center. So if we cut it back here, still in a thick part, but back further away from this window, there's a chance that we might run into more banding. So I'm gonna hope for that. All right. This one's kind of odd looking. It's got like a bubble in a bubble. It does have a window right there, and unfortunately right there. I'd like to cut through this, but that would force me to have to cut through a window most likely. Nah, I take that back. If I cut somewhere through this section here, I can get into that. So real close to that window, if I cut diagonally through that, that would be a good cut. I'll be able to get through part of that little bubble. That's what I want to do. Okay. Next up, it's kind of a teardrop looking, fat and thin. No real windows. Just has some chips around that edge. So I want to cut it this way through the thick part. I bet we get a good pattern on that one. All right, this one, I'm not sure this is a banded agate. It does look like a nodule, but it's not your normal looking husk. So I'm not sure what's going to be in this, but it does feel dense. So I don't think it's hollow. So what I'm hoping is it's just an odd bubble that held some of the rhyolite when it weathered out, and that it's actually a banded agate still. That's what I'm hoping for, because this is a good solid feeling nodule. So let me go get these on the saw, get them cut open, and we'll see what's on the inside. All right, I'll be right back. All right, back from the saw. Let's go through these cuts and see how well we did. Start off with this one. Hoping that it would have that floater and more banding. Let's see if it turned out all right. The floater didn't turn out to be that big, and it's gone by the time I get to this side. Mostly coarse, a little bit of banding around the outside, and it's got some fractures. Still pretty looking. I mean, even the bad ones still look pretty cool. I mean, they're only bad because I'm looking for the ones that are really, really good. But yeah, I mean, when I first started cutting these, anything like this would have excited me. These are just really cool looking. All right, next up, got this little one. This one had that little window showing. It's hoping for a good banded solid agate. Let's see what we got. Well, it's got some quartz in it, but it does got some purple. It's got a couple tiny little fractures like up there and down here. This one's healed. That one might be. I mean, this might be worth polishing just for the color. It is a small stone though. All right. Bless you. It's my dog Odie. He's been out playing in the dirt. All right. So this one I wasn't sure what to expect. It had what looked like windows all over it. I couldn't tell what was or wasn't a window. But I saw stuff poking out here and there and thought it'd be cool. So we'll cut it down the spine. Let's see what we got. Oh, all right. It's got some cool stuff, like where the husks or the outside is pushed in. You can see the pattern that it's putting out. It's weird, it's got some banding around the edge, but then it's kind of a chalcedony in the middle. So there was a window on that one edge. You can see it now that I've cut it. All right, and then this side, you got some pattern at least showing up here. All right, it's neat looking. Especially this top part. I wonder if they, if I polish these up, that would show up better. Maybe. Okay. All right, next next up we had pattern on that side, and on that side we had that thin little section where I could cut it a little further to this side than I wanted. And it lost a little piece at the end here. So let's see what we ended up with. Looks like most of the pattern's down here. Ooh. Alright. It's got a lot of healed fractures in it, including the one with the black inclusions. That's pretty cool looking actually, with those healed fractures, especially this side. That's really neat. All right. Okay, next up we had this odd, long-shaped nodule that had a broken window, kind of C-shaped. So I wanted to cut back behind it. I did get a successful cut right where I wanted it. And all right, this one's got some heel fractures in it too, but a really cool, very translucent pattern. You got those orbs and platelets in there. But yeah, this is mostly just white and clear. Does have a maybe not so healed fracture right there. Let's look at this side. It's thicker, so it looks better. Oh, this side might look really cool polished. I don't know if I would do this side or not. All right. Okay, next up, another little one. Boom. All right, well, we've got a good, mostly banded agate, a little bit of quartz. You can see it now that it's cut on the bottom. But it's clean, no fractures. That's just from the saw, the cut. Definitely clean that up, polish that. This side, the quartz is almost gone. Did chip a little on the edge, but if I were to polish that, I could dome it, and that would go away. So yeah, it's a good candidate for polishing. It's a perfect pattern. No fractures, good color and contrast. Nice. Okay. Next up, so this is the one I said I wasn't sure if it was going to be agate or not. It looked like it was going to be something other than agate. Let's see. Hopefully I'm pleasantly surprised. Ooh, let's start with this side. Okay, so it does have some banded agate in it. It's got a little healed fracture in the banded agate up here, but it's got a really nice solid moss agate in this one, mixed with some chalcedony. Wow, that would look good polished. That's really pretty. I like the color in that. Wow, there's even some red in the banding right there from that moss, or whatever created the moss. And let's look at this side. Get it wet again. All right, so the banding is a little nicer. That fracture is gone. It's got a little bit of red, like a red eye. A little more agate over here. Again, very solid. Definitely a candidate for polishing. This is different. All right. Very good. Okay, next up, I wanted to at least cut through that a little bit. I did. Got the cut placed about where I wanted it. Now look at this right here. So that was a window. I can see a little bit of banding, and then I don't know if that's a moss or some plumes. But yeah, look at the inside. A little bit of banding down here. And then look at these inclusions. I mean, these look like they might pop out. That one did. It's just a little bit of a bubble from washing it. But that's really unique. Again, I think that's worth polishing. I know it's going to have some voids, but that'll look pretty. And let's look at this side. Again, it's got a little druzy pocket. And if you look in there, you can see a couple quartz crystals and some bots down in there. Wow. Yeah, I gotta polish that, see what that turns out to be. That's really pretty. Definitely different. Never seen one like that from that area. All right, 2 left. Okay, so this one had what looked like some good banding and color on these 2 sides. And then it had that window that I had to cut through on the bottom. So let's see how that turned out. Okay, so do lose a little bit right here, but not much. The banding's already gone. It looks like it's pretty much solid. And it's got that blue gray color with the, which were probably tubes, with the little black centers. It does have a fracture. You can see that on both sides. It's a shame, it has a really pretty stone. I think it's still worth polishing though. Great pattern and color. Yeah, I like this side a little better. That fracture might be somewhat healed. Alright, yeah. I'll probably polish that one at some point. Alright, very nice. Alright, last one up. Okay, so this one didn't really have any windows other than you could see a little bit of chalcedony on the edge here. So I didn't want to cut it that way. So I wanted to cut it through the thickest part of the stone. I could have went a little further over this way, but I got mostly the thickest part. I don't know if this peeled when I cut it or if that was already there. But yeah, that's probably the worst part of this cut. Oh, it chipped a little here too. Let's get it wet and see what we end up with. Oh, I got a winner. Look at this. Okay, I can see a couple little fractures in it. I can see a chip down here where it popped off from that side right here. But if I were to do a dome polish on this, I could clean that up and maybe get rid of some of this. At least hide it a little right here. I'd like to get rid of that little chip right there. But look at that, perfect pattern, gorgeous color. The bands are unreal. A little bit of blue or purple in there. All right, let's look at this side. Now, get wet. Again, you can see the little fractures on the edge. And then more peeled. But otherwise, that is really nice. Okay, well, definitely gonna polish that one. This is gonna go in my polish soon pile. All right, well that is the last stone from this set. So I wanna thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.